Okay, sorry. Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with Tay, and we're doing the TV shows edition. We will eventually get back to doing some movies because I kind of miss talking about some movies, and there's been some juicy movies out here lately. But let me ask y'all a question: have any of y'all watched Tyler Perry's The Oval? Because I'm just now realizing I'm like 2 seasons behind. I ain't know I was because I the last season I watched was season 5, and if y'all want me to do a quick catch up of the oval for you, explain what's what and how what's when and what's wow, I can. But today I want to talk to y'all about season 6, episode 1. Now this is gonna be a spoiler alert, so if you've never seen this show, if you've never seen this episode, then you must don't have Paramount Plus or cable. However, I want to talk about this episode real quick because I just rewatched, well, not rewatched, but I just watched it. It was my first time watching it. I didn't even know that I was 2 seasons behind. I thought I was only 1 season behind because season 7 out already. I think season 8 is out actually. Anyway, so season 6, episode 1 was the aftermath of the shootout in the White House, right? And in this episode, it's a bunch of bullshit going on in the White House. You got Hunter and they crazy ass son who was plotting and scheming on the state. It had to keep him in the White House and all this other crazy shit, right? Then you got I forget some of these people names. Uh Priscilla, her and Richard are undercover folks, by the way. But let me grab this list real quick so I can get their names right, cause I need to make sure I just want to make sure I get their names right. That's all. Cause I fuck around and get the names wrong. Uh, Victoria. So Victoria is Hunter's wife, by the way. So Victoria and them is kind of sort of the reason why the shootout happened, because she trying to get Hunter out of the White Office and then get what's this man's name? Eli in the White House as the president, right? Now, here's my whole problem with episode 1. So after the shooting, everybody's trying to figure out how to get Hunter to come down and talk and discuss a truce or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And the only one who has a semi bright idea is uh Priscilla. Now, I'm gonna get to what was funny as fuck in this episode in a second. But Priscilla comes up with the idea to go up there and talk to Hunter. And you got Bobby and Sam, who is Priscilla's husband, arguing about Priscilla going up there. Neither one of them want her to go up there, but Sam and Bobby are both going back and forth about one trying to protect another, or trying to take Priscilla. Bobby talking shit to Sam, even though Bobby's way out of line, because that's still Sam's wife. Regardless of whatever they're going through, that's still Sam's wife. And Sam like, you need to back up. This is between me and my wife, not you, nigga. And I get that though. You know Sam fucked up. Sam fucked up real bad. I'm talking about real bad. If you don't know, Sam slept with Victoria and Priscilla found out, and now they at odds because of it. And then Richard's wife slept with his daddy and had a child with his daddy. Child, it's a whole mess. It's just a whole mess. But anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. So, I don't know if Dale gonna be on the show anymore. I wonder if they already the X-nayed on the pig-nayed his ass. I wonder if his character gonna get taken off. But anyway, so in this episode, that's pretty much all the debate was, is who's gonna go up there to get Hunter to come down and talk to Eli, blah 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 blah. Whole time Hunter's plotting a way to get Eli upstairs to him. See, they both figured out that they need one another for a vantage point. If they get Hunter downstairs, they got the vantage point to get Hunter out the White House. If they get Eli upstairs, they got the vantage point to get Eli out the White House. Now the thing is, Eli is acting as standing president because Hunter had slipped into like some medicated coma and some more shit, aka Victoria tried to kill his ass. Try to have him OD and some shit, and it just didn't work out as anticipated. So In this episode, though, the funniest moment in this episode was when Victoria and Priscilla were standing in the Oval Office, and Priscilla told them what her plan was, right? And Victoria decides to say, "Oh, he just wants to smash you." Because Priscilla was like, "Let me go upstairs and talk to Hunter." And Victoria like, "Oh," she was like, "Cause he trusts me." Priscilla said, "Cause Hunter trusts her." And Victoria was like, "Or he just wants to f you." And Priscilla was like, "That too." So Victoria goes, "Yeah, he's always had his trust in big booty black bees." And Priscilla said, "Girl, you ain't got no ass, and he trusts you." I about died, honey, because that shit was funny as hell. And eventually, Priscilla goes up there. Now, I didn't watch the second part of the episode yet because I'm either going to do episode by episode and kind of like mix and match and tell y'all what I think and so forth and recap an episode and shit like that. Or I might watch the full season and then give y'all a full season 6 recap. Um, but they need to get rid of Donald's ass. Him and Kyle. Mainly Kyle. Somebody need to put Kyle down like a bad dog, like a rabies bitten dog. They need to put his ass down. Something wrong with him. He think he own people, and it's crazy. He feel like he own people because Donald be treating him like he own him. And the craziest thing is one time, Kyle was at home, and I think he was with Dale, and Donald came over, and Dale was underneath the bed, and that's all I'm gonna say. It was very graphic, I might add. Not for visual graphics, but just knowing what was going on while Dale was underneath that bed. That shit was messed up, son. Yeah, I would have had to get from underneath there, son. I don't know what to tell them. I'd have had to slide up out of there, gay or not. I wouldn't have wanted to hear that bullshit. But no, the way that they opened the season back up with that, and the way they closed out that episode, with Priscilla going upstairs and all the uh lasers just pointing at her, kind of makes you wonder, like, what's next? You know, what's next, son? But I'm gonna say I feel like season 6 and 7 is probably two good seasons. I'm gonna because I already made it through season 5, 1 through 5 of the Oval. I'm gonna go ahead and watch these next two seasons because I want to, see what's going on. I already started the show. It's a good show. If you have never watched The Oval, it's actually a good show. Now, the only show of Tyler Perry's, and I've said this multiple times, the only show of Tyler Perry's I can't get jiggy with is Ruthless. I can't do that show. Mm-mm. It's just too much. It's too much. Like, I think I only made it to like 3, maybe 5 episodes of Ruthless, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And my mom did say it's a bit much of a show, so you do need to take breaks in between watching it. But I was just like, I don't know, I don't know. And like the Oval and Ruthless are connected, which is why my mom was saying it kind of makes sense to go ahead and watch Ruthless because it'll kind of answer some of the questions that you have about the Oval, and like connect the pieces to certain things together. But at the same time, baby, I can't do that show. I don't think I can do it. I might try again. I might try again and watch it with an open mind. But it was just too much shit going on in that show for me. It was too much. And I'm very versed in watching almost anything. I don't even like watching scary movies, but I'll watch them. But for some reason, I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. It just was too much going on. But overall, I still think my favorite villain character is Victoria. And then my favorite character is Richard. I love Richard. He crazy as hell. He a real man. You know, I like Richard's character. And then after him would probably be Priscilla. I thought I was gonna like Sam up until Sam slept with Victoria, and I was like, yeah, I'm good on that, sir. Like your wife might not have been putting out, but that don't mean you go and sleep with the president's wife in the White House. Like nobody was gonna catch you. Like nigga, what? This shit blew my mind. And he thought that that shit was just gonna be easy to get away with. Like he wasn't gonna get caught. But that's all I really want to get on here and talk about. You know, I don't have a whole lot to talk to y'all about. But I am still taking requests. I am definitely still um very much so interested in knowing what you guys want me to talk about, what you guys want me to watch. So just make sure you guys are still putting that in the comments for me because I'm still interested in doing things. And if you want me to do a movie, you know, I know Mr. Bellamy, I know you mentioned that you wanted me and the hubby to do live reaction or I don't know if did you want a live reaction, just our reaction to the movies that you gave us a list of. You know, let me know in the comments what exactly you were looking for with that because we will do that too. Um, but yeah, just let me know what exactly you were looking for. Now some of those movies are long as shit, so it'll probably be done in like part one, part two type situations. Like if the movies are 2 hours long, we'll probably do like 45 minute sessions and a 30-minute session and do it that way. Just because I don't want to film our reaction for 2 straight hours or 2.5 straight hours. I rather break it down section by section and you know maybe stop it at a good stopping point and talk about the movie from this point to that point and kind of go from there. But I'm still open to discussing any TV show, any movie that anyone wants to talk about. Um, Real Talk with Tay Movies Editions is coming back pretty soon. We'll still do TV shows in between. But so basically, one week you might get a movie, and the next week you might get a TV show. It just depends on what I watched that week. So season two will that'll come back, and I am aware that Spotify and iTunes is still not updated for either of these shows that I do, which old ass podcast and Real Talk with Tay. I'm aware. I will eventually get them up to date. I am sorry that it's taking so long, but I'm a one woman worker, so I'll get them updated eventually. But if you would like to see more episodes and more TV show talk with me and Pac, which is my husband, or even my, you know, or want to see us on my our other podcast channel, which old ass podcast, by all means, hop over there and join the family. In the meantime, in between time, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me and being here for so long. Shout out to the 800 plus subscribers that we have hit as a community. Uh, Also, sorry that you guys didn't get a Black History episode for this week. I took a week off, a well deserved week off. And I'll be right back at it next week. Brand new Black History topic next week. In the meantime, in between time, once again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side, baby. Peace out.